Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. I hope you're all doing well, and this is what's coming up on the video. I'm just going to talk about the chicken business that we tried to set up in Zimbabwe and it failed. Basically, this was the beginning. This is the vision that we had. We had this plan drawn up, and this is what we were supposed to build. As you can see, it looked really nice and it was really promising, but in the end, this was, after all was said and done, basically this is what we are left with currently. So the reason why this happened, basically on the next clip you'll see, I don't know what this is called in English, but it's called Isavunguzane in Ndebele. So basically, like, there was so much wind, like a mini tornado, and basically it all just fell apart and everything got blown off, and that was the end result. And mind you, this is not the first time this was happening. This chicken coop has been fixed, like I think it was getting fixed there for the third time, and the same thing just kept on happening. Like the wind would come and just blow the whole thing away and would have to start again. So that's what was happening there on this clip. Everything just falling apart, and I mean, you can see the wind is quite strong and it's concentrated in that one area for some reason. I don't know why, but yeah, it's like it just came to destroy that bit, and that's what happened to cause basically the whole chicken coop to be destroyed, as you saw on the previous clip. Yeah, basically we had a whole plan, like in the beginning when we were starting our business. As you can see on this picture, we were going to build our cottage, the fowl run, which was supposed to house the 10,000 chickens, and do farming as well. And I mean, like, we were making progress. This is when we were drilling our borehole and we got water. I mean, like, as you can see here, like, it's like a huge splash, which means there was a lot of water underneath. And we dug up to 90 meters, but they found the water at 30 meters, I think. But we still continued to dig up until 90 meters. So we don't really run out of water. So like, we were really making progress with the business, and I mean, like, we had a whole website, and here was the installation of the solar and all that was needed. So this chicken house that you see here was supposed to house like 10,000 chickens, and we had approached this company in Zim, based in Harare, that was supposed to build everything. They were supposed to supply and fix, and this is what it was supposed to look like. And honestly, like, when I say we were sold a lie, like, we were still new to everything, and we were just naive enough to think everything was legit, because on paper everything looked so good. They had the previous projects that they had done on their website, and we were just naive enough to pay them like all the money in advance, because we wanted our things done quickly. And this was all that was delivered that you see on these pictures. All they did was the trenches, I think that's what they're called, like, and it pretty much ended there. After we paid the money, that's when the web of lies started. Like, he did this, like, he would get some bricks delivered and he wouldn't make the payments. They would come and pick them up. Like, it was just a big mess. And this is just some, like, when I say a few of the ridiculous messages that we were being sent, like the back and forth. Like, as you can see on one of the messages, he is literally claiming witchcraft, like, is affecting him. Anyway, we were still pushing despite being scammed. Like, it took months and months. We were still pushing the business on the side, and he was sending messages, like, there was excuse after every excuse. Basically, we paid him $13,000 because he was supposed to build the pit latrine as well, and his claim was that one of his staff members, like he gave the money to one of his staff members to go and buy equipment, and that member of staff came back to him saying that they were robbed. And honestly, I know that it's all a lie. I don't believe any of it. Even if it was true, like, as a company, you have a responsibility to deliver to your customers, and whatever happens, you still need to deliver. Somehow you're gonna have to find the money, because like we paid you in cash, right, to have our business, but nothing came till this day. Anyway, we even stopped talking to him, like, with the back and forth. Like, I messaged around there to see if we can get anything back, but I mean, we haven't got anything back. And this, at this stage, even while we were still trying to like get that company to come and build our fowl run, we were still pushing. And at this point, I would say that the business was going really well. We had a business partner who was living in Zimbabwe. Well, obviously we live in the UK, so we had a business partner in Zimbabwe. Everything was going well. I mean, like, when he was a friend of my husband, and originally, before my husband moved to the UK, they wanted to start a business together, but obviously my husband moved and he continued on his own. But when we approached him, he had 50 chickens. That was it. And he was renting a place, I think in a place called Range Mall somewhere. They have like fowl runs that you can rent. So he had 50 chickens, and within a space of like a really short space of time, I mean, it was like maybe 6 months. I don't know how long it was, but it was a short time. Like, we had gone from 50 chickens to 1,000 chickens. 1,000 chickens which were broilers, and then we also had like another 1,000 chickens which were layers. So like the business was actually growing. We had even managed, we had gotten a car to do deliveries. We had built a really good customer base in South Africa, in the UK, and in Zimbabwe. So the business was really, really going well. Like, I mean, like, on paper, it seemed like everything was going well. And when I went there to visit, to me, it looked like things were going well, until, like, you know, when you start to notice some gaps, especially when it comes to money. Like, you make so much money, and the accountability is just not there anymore. The records are slowly starting to not make sense. Like, in the beginning, the records are like really good, they're making sense. And then, like, when the money is really rolling in, you ask for records and they're not really making sense. That thing started to get a little bit weird, but I mean, we were still pushing, trying to move. Like, as you can see, these were the layers on this clip. And we also had broilers. Yeah, and we had a website and everything. Like, we were really planning to go really big. We were going to order a whole an incubator, which we did order in the end, but that was like at a later stage. When the incubator came, the business had already stopped. So yeah, we have a whole incubator sitting there, which another story. So yeah, like, we had a whole Instagram page, we had a whole website. The website is still live. If you search it, you'll find it. So we were really pushing, even whilst we were trying to wait for this company to come and build our chicken house. We still had hope. Everything was going well. I mean, in our head, we were thinking like, this is our retirement plan, because I mean, like, things were going really well. We were thinking this was our retirement plan, because that was the actual reason why we wanted to have the whole business back home in the first place, was because we were thinking about the future. You know, like, I mean, you know, living abroad, being a foreigner, it's not forever. One day you want to go back home, you want to be able to make an income and sustain yourself. So we were thinking, okay, we'll start this chicken farming business and it's going to sustain us. We can build a life off of that. So we had bought the land. Like, everything was going well until just, yeah, you know, when you're working with people back home, like, you have a business partner and because for us, we were basically funding everything, and our business partner was the one just working on the ground, which was, now looking back, I know that was a mistake, because when things started going really well and we were noticing gaps, when we would ask about the gaps or the things that didn't make sense, it was almost like the person was like offended, so things became really difficult. And it was actually him who came and told us that he's deciding to pull out of the business. But like, it wasn't like a really like nice I'm walking away because it's not working out for me. It was sort of like no accountability type of thing, like a person who doesn't really want accountability, because it was also when like we were involving like another family member, because we wanted more accountability. That's when things really took a turn, because we are now involving someone else, which meant that you have to now report to another person as well as us, and it gives everyone more accountability. Everyone knows what's going on. No one is going to take what they shouldn't be taking or do what they shouldn't be doing. And obviously that other one didn't happen. The big far run that we were supposed to build didn't happen. We decided to build this small one, which this is the plan that you see that could house 1,000 chickens. So we were basically starting again, basically reducing the business and then gonna build it back up again. And this was the finished one, that it was supposed to house 1,000 chickens. And as you can see, it's the same one that kept getting blown away by the wind. Like this, like it happened, I think 2 or 3 times. It kept getting blown away by the wind. So in the end, we just decided that it's not really worth to keep trying to rebuild that business, because in the end, in the beginning it was making money, but in the end it was just like taking money rather than making money for us. So yeah, that's how we ended up with that broken down file run, and we never got our money back from the original company that was supposed to build the other one. Thank you guys for watching. That's the whole story.